starting off episode 3 of the Squeeze Baseball Podcast with your host, Tyler Merkel, and...
Michael Langston.
Wow, episode 3.
I know, right?
Can't even count that high.
Yeah.
I need to find our notes for today, because I'm not prepared. Ready. So, pitchers and catchers...
They have reported!
Yay. We have baseball. We're closer. We're much closer.
Yeah, and the good news is, with a lot of the pitchers and catchers reporting, you're also getting guys that aren't pitchers and catchers reporting as well. Goldschmidt and Carp are already down at camp in Florida.
Seeing
for
Goldie
the Cardinals.
in a Cards t-shirt, I'll take it.
It's so pretty. And the weird thing is, so it's Valentine's Day, of course.
Oh,
when we're
yeah.
recording this episode, it's Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day, Squeeze community.
Yeah. I'm single, so if any of y'all out there are interested.
We have an eligible bachelor right here.
I know baseball, and I know sports balls as well.
This man knows sports balls.
I
What
know
what else are
sports
you
balls.
looking for, dog?
So with that, Yachty was working out at the Cardinals spring training facility, like actually doing his daily workout.
Mhm.
And I don't know who it was. It looked like it was one of the prospects came up to him with a bunch of roses and handed it to him one by one.
I love that.
And Yachty turned around and you could see him go, "What the hell is this?" And then he sees the roses. He go, "Oh, that makes sense."
I wish Yachty was... No. I wish Bartolo would be my Valentine.
I want Bartolo to be my Valentine too.
I did send my girlfriend a Bartolo-themed Valentine. She didn't get it, but I got it.
Oh, that's blasphemy on her part.
Yeah, it hurt a little bit.
That hurts. That hurts.
Ooh. She won't watch this anyway, so it's fine. But yeah, my God, I'm just excited to see our guys back.
Oh, yeah. I mean, guys around the league are starting to see the Cy Young candidates back in camp. Snell's there. Scherzer's back and getting going.
I saw DeGrom throwing.
DeGrom's throwing. And, it's just all around the league. You're seeing people getting out there. And, I mean, baseball. Baseball's so much fun. I can't wait for it to start up this season.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm so fucking excited. We're seeing a lot of guys. We're not seeing a lot of guys.
Yeah.
It's kind of just, we sound like a fucking broken record now.
Talking about Bryce and Manny.
There's still, I saw reports today. Bryce is still looking for a long-term deal. But, it would be smart. And this is a Bleacher Report article I just read. It really would be smart for him to pursue, like, a nice, like, shorter, like, mega deal. Like, get your $35-40 million a year for a couple years and, like, just like you're not getting a 10-year deal. You see that
Exactly, because teams aren't even willing to dish out how much he wants. He turned down the 10-year $300 million from the Nats.
Yeah.
So, if you want long term, no team is gonna pump out $450 million plus, which is probably what he wants. They're not going to be able to pump that out for 10 years. They look at what happened with Pujols. They're not going to get burned like that.
Seriously, teams don't have a reason to. You look at these long-term deals like the Pujols and the Stanton, and like they can only hurt a team. Like,
yeah,
nobody's going to keep up production for 10 years. Nobody's expected to.
I get that he's a generational talent, and I get that he's one of the best players in the league right now, arguably the best player in the league. Number one, he had a down year last year, so that's going to hurt your value. Your personal value is not going to be the same as your assessed value by the teams.
He's had injury the last 2 years.
Yeah, you've been injured. Your numbers are down. You won the home run derby. Congratulations to you. And you also are a perennial MVP guy all the time. You're not going to get $30 million over 10 years. It just won't happen. Teams aren't going to be willing to shell that out. Now, if it's $30 million for 5, or
a different story,
$30 million a year for 5, yeah, that's different.
I saw a lot of comparison to the the deal JD Martinez got from the Red Sox.
Oh yeah.
I want to say that was like $28 a year over 7 years with a couple opt-outs.
Yeah.
That's excellent, and that's like not something like he shouldn't be shooting for right now.
And he was justified in getting that because he had himself a great year right before he signed that contract.
Yeah.
So, the deal with Harper is he didn't have the best year, and that's going to diminish your value. So you probably aren't going to get that full 30 to 45 you're looking for.
Yeah, like I saw his last half of last season posted like a 1.3 WAR.
That's
like,
it?
Yeah.
Damn,
And like
dude.
while like we see like Manny, I think his second half, no, all of 2018 actually, he posted like a 5.7 wins above replacement. So I mean,
5 isn't bad, but for a guy like Machado, I expect him in the
Yeah.
double digits. But part of that you can blame on the teams that they're playing for.
yeah,
Like the Nationals did not perform well at all. Everyone thought they were going to win the division, and then the Braves said, "Haha, we're good now."
yeah,
And then the Orioles are literally, I don't know what happened. They went from competing in
Yeah.
the CS to being absolute shit.
absolute garbage.
And that knocks down your WAR totally because you can't get your wins above replacement if you don't get your wins.
Yeah, no,
So
absolutely.
it's really sad to see that these guys aren't doing it very well in terms of their trade value, but they also need it. Them and Scott, we've told you this for 2 weeks now. This is the third week in a row. Cut the shit. Stop being dumb. We don't want to have to wait until mid-March when they're predicted to sign now, according to pundits,
Yeah,
for this to happen.
it's getting comical now. I mean, we have massive names, and like it's one thing for the position players who technically still have another fucking week and log in that for games. But like you have guys like Keuchel, like he was one of the bigger free agent starters on the market with Corbin. He still hasn't signed.
Yeah, and he's fallen under the rug because of guys like Machado and Harper. So the problem was a lot of these guys are looking to see, okay, who someone of my caliber is going to sign. No one is.
Right.
So they're not going to be able to jack their own price up. And this is turning into the new MLB, and I absolutely hate it.
Yeah, no, this is all around bad for baseball.
Yeah.
This is really, truly bad. I mean, like, Mike Moustakas and Adam Jones and Manny and Bryce and these, like, big-name guys who, like, it's a weird spot we're in right now.
I think once you see someone like Adam Jones or Mike Moustakas, probably actually both of them, once they sign with a team, you'll probably see a lot of big pushes on teams towards Harper and Machado because then they'll have an assessed value that they can go off of.
Yeah.
It's like real estate, and I don't like real estate. My mom and dad watch all this HGTV bullshit. I'm like, the Cardinals are on. I want to watch that.
For real, I'm not trying to watch
Yeah.
19 hours of Property Brothers, okay?
Exactly.
Sports to watch.
Property Brothers.
I had other notes on my phone. I swear to God, I'm not trying to be
No, he's not trying to stall. Don't you
unprofessional.
worry. But yeah, speaking on this whole thing with Bryce and Manny, so apparently your boy CC Sabathia
Yeah.
is trying to court Manny Machado.
I am too. Not that we exactly have room for him. We don't have room anywhere. We made moves that made no sense with the room we had. But fuck yeah, I'd take Manny. He was supposed to already have been a Yankee like at the start of the offseason, and then that died down and we got Tulo, weirdly enough, and DJ LeMahieu, and we still have Didi coming back, and Gleyber Torres and Miguel Andujar, who we probably should have shipped off. But yeah, I'd fucking love to see Manny. I don't know how the hell the Yankees are going to make this work. I would love to see him, though.
Yeah. So apparently he was texting Manny, CC was texting Manny in the beginning of free agency. That kind of fell off, but he still really wants him to be a teammate for his last year in the majors.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's still, even with you have like the Padres and White Sox who actually have the room for him.
Yes, they do.
And they can sign him to a contract he wants. Like Machado and the Yankees makes a lot of fucking sense. They are the big powerhouse right now. Everybody has, them as the favorites to win the World Series, which, I like. I like that.
I'm not 100% opposed to that. I still want my Cardinals to win.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
But the Yankees are so stacked that there's no doubt that they're definitely going to be in contention this year like last year.
Yeah. Like, having my, heart set on getting Manny at the start of this offseason, even though we've made massive moves in the bullpen with starters, DJ LeMahieu was a big move. I'm still disappointed in our offseason, even though we've added a lot. We've added a lot of fucking talent.
Yeah, and it's the same with the Cardinals.
Yeah.
You picked up fucking Paul
Yeah.
Goldschmidt.
Goldie and one of the best relievers in the game.
You picked up Goldschmidt, Miller. You pick up all of these guys. I thought that was a baseball notification. It was not.
Timing would have been nice.
Yeah.
But yeah,
You pick up all these guys, but yet it's the shadow of Harper. And I mean, we didn't really give a shit about Machado because we're so set with Carp, who was in MVP running, and our shortstop DeYoung is hitting well, even though he strikes out like nobody's business. He still hits well,
Yeah,
and he puts up numbers.
Paulie D's good, and we have him. We signed him for like $9 and a bag of fucking seeds. I mean,
Exactly. So, but yeah, you got Paulie D and Paulie G. Your infield is already stacked. The one problem with the Cardinals last year was their bullpen, and you've done everything that you can to fix the bullpen.
Seriously, big improvements.
You're doing everything you can to gut out the unnecessary pieces. Brett Cecil.
Cough, cough, cough.
I'm sorry, I have a cold. Brett Cecil. Fuck Brett Cecil, by the way. And then your starting core is going to come back better than ever. Reyes is back.
Yes.
We're going to transition now from talking about them to Alex Reyes.
Was the most in 2015. I was so excited for this man to come up because he could throw 100 and
I was at his first game that he pitched in Springfield for AA, the Springfield Cardinals. And this guy, he broke the radar gun that they have in the stadium because it's only 2 digits. So every time he'd do it, it would go 0-0 or 0-1. He only threw like 5 innings, and he only got like 70, 80 pitches in. But he played great, and I love seeing him. And I saw that game. I saw Aledmys Diaz that game. I don't know if you remember this guy. He didn't get called up by us, but he got called up by the White Sox. Charlie Tilson. Yeah. I got to see him that game. But to see Reyes and how he pitched, we were sitting front row right near the dugout, and we were scared for our lives.
Oh, yeah, dog.
We were playing, it was Cardinals and Tulsa Drillers, the affiliate of the Dodgers. And they were all right-handed bats. And you're going to be late on a 102 fastball. So we were scared as shit. And the stuff he had was just, they didn't even get the bat on the ball. In the end, Tulsa won because the relievers kind of fell apart. But still, Reyes held his own for 5 strong innings of 100-mile-an-hour fastballs.
Yeah, and then 2016, he comes in late in the season, makes some relief appearances, looks fucking nasty. Dude, I was so fucking excited to see this kid come up. And then he goes down with Tommy John.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh shit, that sucks, but it's okay. It's a fucking trend now.
Yeah.
We'll see him in a year. And then he comes back, and he pitches. I mean, he misses the entire 2017 season. He comes back in 2018, and this was a spot in the year where like we could have used a guy like Reyes. He
tears his lat.
Yeah, I watched that game. He pitches one game against the Mets and tears his fucking lat, and then it's
I think it was the Brewers.
Because
it was the Facebook game that was dumb and stupid.
Oh shit, yeah, you're right.
It was the dumbass Facebook game. By the way, side note, fuck Facebook baseball because they don't know how to do that shit.
Yeah,
it's just insane.
Yeah, no, there's some serious problems with that. That's another argument.
Yeah,
but yeah, so it Reyes kind of becomes this joke. Like he has all the fucking talent in the world, but like.
His attitude about it has been fantastic, though, and
Yeah.
that's what's going to pull him out. His daughter was, I think his daughter was diagnosed with cancer or
Yeah,
something. And he
that's
said,
right.
if she can fight through that, then I can fight through this and come back.
Yeah.
So, I mean.
I'm still so excited to see him.
Yeah.
I haven't really paid attention to whether or not he'll be ready, like, for the start of the season.
He was throwing, they were showing video, I think, today on the Cardinals' Twitter, and yesterday too. They were showing video. He's on the mound. He's pitching.
That's exciting because I mean he's not even a person I've thought of for the Cardinals rotation or bullpen, but he's a huge piece, of course.
He could kind of fill a role like Hudson or Gomber or something like that.
Yeah.
And I know this is very central to the Cardinals, but you have to realize Alex Reyes is a top 10 prospect in the majors. And even though he's had all these injuries and he might have faltered a little bit because of them, he's still a top 10 prospect with a 103 fastball. Him and Hicks.
Yeah.
I'm going to be so excited for that combo. Imagine if Reyes learns how to maintain and go long, 8 innings of Alex Reyes throwing 101, and then Hicks coming in at 105 to close it out.
That's disgusting. And then the other pieces you have are Andrew Miller and Carlos Martinez still might be coming out of the bullpen, which I
Yeah.
wouldn't be against because
You might even put Waino in there
yeah.
as your setup guy, or return him to the closer's role like you had him back in 06.
Yeah, like we have a lot of
There's a lot of
wiggle
options
room.
for the
yeah,
Cardinals.
a lot of options, man.
And you even look at other teams as well that they've tried to bolster their bullpens. But I don't know if they've been able to do it the way that the Cardinals have been.
No, not at all. I mean, like the
I'm
Cubs.
Yeah, the Cubs.
Yeah.
Nothing like you, Darvish.
It still brings me so much fucking joy.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh man, the Cubs. Though the Cubs are going to be good this year. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah, they're gonna
Javi
be
Baez
good.
and Chris Bryant are going to be able to carry that team offensively. When it comes to their pitching, Lester is going to perform.
Yeah, he's always going to be
Yeah.
a decent starter. And then I mean, I don't know about you, Darvish. Kyle Hendricks has always been like weirdly good.
Yeah.
And slept on.
He didn't he win Cy Young?
He won the ERA title.
He was in the running for Cy Young. Was that 2016?
16 Scherzer beat him out, I think.
Yeah, Scherzer won in 16, but he was in like one of the top 3 for
Yeah.
Cy Young,
He was, yeah.
which is insane. Because
Yeah, it was him, Scherzer, and Lester.
Yeah, that's right. And
Yeah.
Scherzer beat them both, and I was so happy when he
Yeah.
did.
Oh, me too.
Yeah,
Me too.
It's the hometown boy. Scherzer's from Parkway, and then Mizzou as well. And then he went off. That was when Scherzer won his first of 2 consecutive Cy Youngs. But even then, I mean, you just look at who the Cubs have signed. A lot of people are like minor league deals. A lot of pitchers to minor league deals with possible invites to spring training. In just this month, they're inviting a lot of pitchers to spring training. Brad Bratch,
Oh, yeah.
that guy. Yeah, that guy.
That guy.
That guy.
Orioles and then
Yeah.
Braves, maybe? I don't know. Something like that.
Padres and Orioles
Oh.
and Padres, Orioles, and Braves. Yeah. So
Okay.
yeah. They signed him to, I think it was just a straight up contract, no minor league contract. Like he's going to be in the majors with their club. But I don't think the Cubs are going to have a good enough bullpen to really go super hard. They did sign some offensive pieces though, like Descalzo,
Yeah.
which they needed. They needed fielding options whenever Baez is playing at another position.
Yeah, and then Addison Russell serving a suspension, I believe.
Nothing like a team, and I can say this because I'm a Browns fan, and we just did something really bad that I don't agree with. But nothing like a team signing a person who is known to beat women.
Yeah.
There is nothing like a team just completely disregarding what is supposed to be good about humanity and upholding your morals, but instead, we're just gonna.
Yeah, the whole role model thing
Yeah.
seems to
Yeah.
kind of skip a beat with pro athletes.
Yeah.
Um,
Depending on it though, like Anthony Rizzo's a good athlete.
Yeah.
He's a good moral leader, and I'll accept that even as a Cardinals fan, saying that he is just because of how he
Yeah.
beat cancer.
oh, absolutely, yeah.
But I mean, guys like Addison Russell, Kareem Hunt, the
Yeah.
guy the Browns signed, the running back who like beat the crap out of this poor lady.
Yeah, just kicked her straight in the head.
Yeah, and they've got video
Yeah,
of it.
cut from the Chiefs and
The Browns signed him,
yeah.
and I'm a Browns fan. But we digress because that's football, and we don't talk about football. But Russell, I don't like that at all.
Mm-mm.
He shouldn't have been back. He should have been outcasted.
Yeah, I'm pissed off. I have one of his signed cards.
Oh, that
Fucking dickhead.
Oh,
I don't want that anymore now.
Yeah.
Thanks, bud.
They didn't. The Cubs didn't re-sign Daniel Murphy. So,
No, he's with Colorado.
Yeah, so now that's where that hole is that Descalzo comes in to fill on the Cubs.
Yeah.
But even then, you still got holes in your rotation and bullpen because guys like Jorge De La Rosa didn't sign. Jaime Garcia opted for free agency. You just got a lot of crap. You're kind of falling apart. I mean, yeah, you activate guys like Brendan Morrow and you Darvish, but you're not going to get shit from
Yeah,
you
and-
unless he has, comeback guy of the year.
Yeah, him and Morrow. I mean, like, they lost their last half of last season. Well, with you, Darvish, it was like almost entire season. And then Brandon Morrow, like last half, he went down. So you really have to worry about injury with these guys.
I think just based off the fact that Madden is the coach of the Cubs,
Yeah.
you're going to be able to see that they'll pull something out of their ass.
Oh, absolutely.
But it would, even if the Cardinals make it, that's great. Even if the Cardinals don't make it, what will allow me to sleep at night is that I know that the Cubs will probably end up like they did this year, going from division champs to out of the playoffs within 48 hours. And how about that?
it warms my heart.
It warms my heart.
It truly does.
My heart is warmth.
I feel like it might be time for some like super early like predictions.
I am so down for that because I have some surprises.
You have some. Okay, I'm down. I just like you guys see we're like this off season's been pretty shit. We're grasping at straws.
Yeah.
But I'm like
We're kind of doing what ESPN does right after the Super Bowl when they
Yeah.
are like, "Oh, who's gonna win the Super Bowl next year?"
yeah, like
And I'm like, no. But you know what? We need free agents to sign. We need spring training games to start up. We need this to
we're
happen.
doing the best with
We
what we
can.
have. I like. Let's get into it. Let's start.
To quote Philip DeFranco, let's just jump into it.
Let's just jump right into it. Let's
So, if you had to guess right now, right as soon as pitchers catchers report, who do you think would win the 2019 National League MVP?
Ooh, the 2019 National League MVP. Fuck, man. You know what? No bias at all. I'm legitimately gonna go with Paul Goldschmidt. Seriously.
Really? Paul. Okay.
He's been great his entire career. He's with a new, exciting ball club in the St. Louis Cardinals, who are going to do big things this year. I think he has the potential to put up 30 home runs
Oh, yeah.
this year, hit above 300. I don't think that's in any way, shape, or form out of the realm of possibility. I think he's going to have a great year.
I think so, too. If, we're building the team around a good player like Paul, and the fact that he'll be on whenever he's on a good team and the Diamondbacks have a good record, he is always in the MVP talks just because of how good he is as a player. So there's no doubt about that. I have no idea for NL MVP, to tell you the truth, because there's a lot of candidates that I can think of. Of course, you got guys like Bellinger and Muncy
Yeah.
with the Dodgers. With the small ballpark that Puig's going to be playing in.
Oh, yeah.
Him.
He's going to hit tanks.
Yeah. Him and Votto. If the Reds have a above 500 season, Votto's going to be in the MVP talks.
Yeah.
Just because of the fact that they'll be carried by his leadership. Now, I don't know if the Reds will make the playoffs. If they get 83 wins, Votto's in the talks. If they get 81 wins, I don't think he's going to be in the talks. It's just that simple. And then, of course, because of the cycle that's happened, you had Stanton, the right fielder, Yelich, the center fielder, Ozuna, the left fielder. It could happen.
It's supposed to happen.
It's
I hope
supposed
so.
to happen. And then you got sleeper picks like guys like Real Muto, who had a really great year in Miami. Now he gets a hitter-friendly ballpark like that, and he gets a really good pitching staff with guys like Nola in there.
Yeah.
You can do that, and I think, easy sleeper pick.
I could see Acuna.
Yeah, Acuna.
He was explosive, man.
Oh, my God. Him, Freeman, Ozzy Albies, just that entire Braves, all those young kids coming up. I don't see anyone on the Marlins. No one on the Marlins.
Nah.
Mets, the only person I could think of is Thor or DeGrom, but Thor's got to have a really good year.
Yeah.
Really good year.
Stay healthy, dog.
Yeah.
No.
No one on the Pirates, really.
No. I mean, look, the Cubs have.
Baez and Bryant.
Yeah.
But if Bryant, if he's regressing like he has been, I don't think he'll maintain this year, but I don't think he'll be able to do more than that.
Yeah. The Brewers. Who on the Brewers could win MVP?
The weird okay, I want to point this out. So we are implying Yelich, obviously.
Right.
But if you'll notice, Yelich didn't win the MVP. He didn't have the MVP caliber season until the last month.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
September was when he won the MVP. Because if you remember, when we were in August, it was Carpenter, Baez, and I don't even remember who else was in that talk. I think it was guys like Albies and all that were in that talk.
Yeah.
Yelich came and had a month in September
he
and
came
then
out
won
of
it.
fucking nowhere, dude.
And then won it. It's just like Jason Hayward when he won the Gold Glove for right field in 2015 for the Cardinals. He had a absolute shit year from April until August. And then in September, he went off, hit like 10 home runs in the month of September, and then made some incredible plays, and that's what won him the Gold Glove.
Oh, yeah.
So
absolutely.
you really need to pay attention to the last month of the season. Anybody that is hot in August, I would say they're not going to be the ones winning the MVP because someone's going to show up in September and they're going to Yelich is the reason why the Brewers made that push and ended up winning the division.
Yeah.
100% was Christian
absolutely.
Yelich.
Yeah.
So there's no doubt in my mind that a guy who is just a good ball player can go off in September on a team that is right there and then win them the division and win himself an MVP. So I don't know who it is. If I had to guess, maybe someone on the Braves. Paulie G's a good one. A couple guys on the Dodgers, stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean that's about it, honestly.
Yeah. But then on the flip side of this,
Ooh,
AL
flippity fucking
MVP.
flip. I've been waiting for this one. Because the American League MVP for 2019 will be the man who should have won the American League MVP in 2017. One Mr. Aaron Judge.
AG. AJ, not AG. AJ.
I was not a fan. Ooh, I need to settle in for this one.
Ladies and gentlemen, Tyler will now rant.
His 2017 season, I mean, 52 home runs, hitting 286, 112 RBIs, something like that. Monster numbers. And then fucking Altuve sneaks it away with a decent batting average. Are you fucking kidding me?
346 batting average. That's decent. He also... Oh, okay, so Altuve's slash line in 2017, 346, 410, 547. And he did that in 153 games.
Not my MVP.
Not your MVP?
Not my MVP.
Okay.
If Judge had a healthy season, again, fucking something Junis for the Royals, fucking... I've never been that pissed off before. Fucking breaks his wrist. If he had a healthy season in 2018, he certainly would have been a contender.
Yes. Oh, yes.
He's a monster, and we've never seen power like that before. He is...
Have you ever seen his football highlights in high school?
Oh!
His video... He's a 6'7" wide receiver running over these like 5'10" D backs and corners, and you're like, this kid's gonna play baseball.
Dude's a fucking tank.
I mean...
No question, he's my MVP.
Okay. In 2017, I agreed 100% with the decisions by the MLB. Altuve, okay, here's why. I feel like in 2017, Altuve was instrumental in getting the Astros to the World Series.
Yeah.
He was more than just a good ball player. He was a good leader. He'd been on the Astros for a while. He'd seen how bad it had gotten, and he really, really flourished. I mean, one for the little guy.
I do like Altuve.
Yeah.
I don't hate Altuve. But I'm keeping an eye on the camera. It's going to go out in 8 seconds.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3.
There we go.
And it just went off. Okay. So,
Okay.
yeah. If you ever notice these little stalls at about half hour, that's how long the camera stays on and recording until we have to go back and reset it. But it's back and ready. So anyway, we were talking about AL MVP. You, Tyler, have chosen Aaron Judge for your 2019 AL MVP. I am going to have to go with the golden boy of the Los Angeles Angels.
Okay.
Mike Trout.
Yeah, I mean, it's never like a weird thing to say. Like, you say Mike Trout, and he's the best player of our generation. Going back to our earlier discussion, he's the only person I would ever offer a 10-year contract to.
Of course, and right now his salary is 33 mil. So I think what Harper is looking for and Machado are trying to match what Trout is making.
Yeah.
But even then, Trout in 2018 hit 312 with, I mean, he only had 79 RBIs, but he still got 147 hits.
Yeah.
He had a good year last year, even though the Angels didn't. I mean, the Angels weren't really that good last year.
No.
The problem is, I think this year, Shohei Ohtani, you get him for the full year.
Ooh.
You get him for the full year.
God, I wish we could see him pitch this year.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the Angels were 80 and 82. They didn't suck horribly. They were just mediocre.
Yeah.
And they were the only reason why they didn't do better was the fact that their division had the Astros, the A's, and the Mariners. The Mariners got 89 wins, and they were in third place in the division.
Yeah, no, the AL West was fucking monstrous.
It was stacked. So if this year, I think what happens is Ohtani could easily start playing better this year.
Yeah, I mean, he hit fucking 21 dongs last year
Yeah.
and missed a decent amount of time. Yeah, no, he's a hell of a hitter.
Yeah, if your pitching starts to get better, center it around Ohtani like that. You got Lucroy, who you just signed for the Angels.
That's right.
Tommy La Stella is there. Zach Cozart is there. Bohr is there. Andrelton Simmons, who is one of the best shortstops in all of baseball.
Oh, yeah, no.
And then, of course, you got Justin Upton, Calhoun. If you can get your pitching to wake up on the Angels, in turn, Trout is going to play better.
Yeah.
And the Angels are going to get to where they need to be to at least be in some sort of contention with guys like the A's. And then what you have is a Trout MVP. And that's something that's very feasible.
The Angels, I mean, they certainly have the offense for it, but they have none of the... I mean, as in, like, I can't name a pitcher for the A's besides Ohtani.
Matt Harvey.
Yeah, he's... Oh, that happened. That's... Oh, my God, that's right. Yeah, fucking...
Matt Harvey.
Wow.
Oh, my God.
Okay.
That dude. Matt Harvey. Remember when Jared Weaver was their ace? I know we made fun of Jared Weaver last week.
Remember Matt Shoemaker?
Oh, my God, Matt Shoemaker. But, yeah, I'm looking at the roster right now. They've got a lot of their guys for spring training. But they got Cody Allen.
That happened?
That happened.
I didn't know that happened.
Yeah, Cody Allen is on the Angels. So you've got shit like, you got Cody Allen, Shohei Ohtani. They're already starting to bolster their pitching core, which is what they desperately needed. You get that plus Trout. Number one, you get Trout and MVP. And number two, you get the opportunity to go in there and play some good ball, compete against other teams from the AL West.
Yeah.
So in the nutshell, and making the longest story short possible, my AL MVP for 2019, some things have to happen, but it's Mike Trout.
That's fair. I'm not going to argue on that one.
Yeah.
It's Mike Trout.
Mike Trout. So you have Judge. I have Trout. In the NL, you had
Pauly D.
Pauly
G.
You had Pauly G. I had absolutely no fucking idea, but I will play it safe on the rotation and go with Ozuna. And if it's not Ozuna, I'll go with someone either on the Dodgers or the Braves.
That's fair.
So there's that.
That's fair.
We've covered the MVPs. Now let's cover Cy Young.
Ooh.
You want to start with AL or NL?
Ooh. I'm going to make you start off with NL.
NL.
I got to do some thinking about that one, actually.
Okay. Yeah, so last year was interesting because they went with DeGrom, even though DeGrom had an absolutely shit record. But you look at his stats, you look at everything else, he had himself a great year.
Yeah.
This year, I think what you'll see Fultonevich in Atlanta
Yeah.
pitch a lot better, even though it is his sophomore campaign, and generally you see that happen. I think he'll be able to get his loss total down, his win total up, his ERA will go down, he'll get more strikeouts, he'll play a little bit better ball, and I think he'll be in contention. I think, and this is the sleeper pick on my part, Josh Hader from Milwaukee.
Yeah.
Even though he can be a borderline racist person.
Yeah, that's a controversial dude right there.
Yeah, he's a good pitcher.
Oh, yeah, no, he's fucking dominant.
He was in the top 10.
Yeah.
He was number 7. And I don't think enough credit is given to relief pitchers. The last relief pitcher to win the Cy Young was, God, Eckersley? Suter?
I think it might have been Eck.
Eck?
Yeah.
I'm going to look
I
this up.
think. No. Fuck, I don't know.
Because Mo never won it.
No, he didn't.
Mariano Rivera never won it. Let me see. Yeah, it was Eckersley. Oh, wait. Eckersley was the first closer to win it. First modern closer. Only one other relief pitcher, Eric Gagne.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know he won a Cy Young.
Yeah, so he won in 03.
Oh.
But, so anyway, back
Okay.
to the point.
Right.
Yeah, so Hader, I think, he had such a good year last year. He'll be able to mow other teams down and get a better record for himself. So I've got Fultonevich, Hader, and, of course, the juggernaut that is Max Scherzer.
Yeah, absolutely. He always needs to be in your top 3.
Yeah. But then all those guys are going to be 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, okay.
Because my number 1, and this is going to surprise the shit out of a lot of people, is Aaron Nola of the Phillies.
Nola.
He was very under the radar last year just
Yeah.
because of the fact that the Phillies were up against the Braves in the East,
right.
and they kind of faltered near the end of the season. If you look at the stats, Nola had a 10.5 WAR. The next closest person with a WAR was 9.6, and that was DeGrom.
Shit.
Nola had 224 strikeouts. He only hit 7 batters, and he only balked once. I mean, you just look at his stats. 2.37 ERA. He started all 33 games. He pitched 200-plus innings. Only gave up 56 earned runs and 17 home runs. I mean, you look, Scherzer got, I think, about 40 points more than Nola did when it came to Cy Young voting. But if you look at the stats here and everything, I mean, it's just insane how much more Nola has than Scherzer does.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, like, Scherzer's, like, his big thing is he's always going to rack up a stupid amount of fucking strikeouts.
Of course. He had 300.
People like to forget, though, he gives up a lot of bombs.
He does.
He gives up a shitload of home runs.
He gave up 23 last year, and Nola only gave up 17. So, I mean, you look at that. Nola had about 7 more walks, and 3 of those were intentional. But even then, I think Nola can come out and lead the Phillies and do well, and then through that, he will get the Cy Young. If it's not him, it's either going to be Scherzer, Fultonevich, or Hader.
Yeah.
But my pick is Aaron Nola for 2019. Who is your pick?
So my 3 in the 3 hole, I'm gonna go with Walker Buehler for the Dodgers. He stepped up in big games. He was just overall dominant last year. He was really fun to watch. Him and Flaherty. I wouldn't put Flaherty quite on his level.
No.
But yeah, I'm gonna go Bueller. Then I was ridiculously impressed with what I saw out of Kyle Freeland.
Yeah. Yeah. Freeland got 4th last year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude was ridiculous, and that's in Colorado. And again, like, we've seen that. We saw that from John Gray like a year or so prior and everything.
He only gave up 17 home runs for a guy pitching in Colorado against teams from the West that have, like, those big bats.
Yeah. No, dude's good. My number 1. Shit, man. I don't.
That's the drum roll.
Max Scherzer. Like, it's hard not to. It really is. Like, I'd say what I've been wanting to say for the past couple of years would be Syndergaard, because watching him in the 2015 postseason, I was like, I've never seen a more dominant starter. I mean, like, he can rev it up to 102, and he's this massive human. He's got some of the most incredible breaking pitches I've ever seen. But he can't stay healthy, and I'm not confident that he will ever, because he hasn't.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go with Scherzer.
Scherzer.
Man, like,
That's a solid choice.
yeah.
That's a safe and solid choice. That I don't fault you for that one at all. If Scherzer wins it, I'll tip my cap to him. He's a Mizzou boy, Parkway boy from St. Louis. All the respect in the world. I'd love for him to come pitch for the Cardinals.
Yeah.
It was like the affinity that we in St. Louis always had with Ryan Howard because he went here. So anytime he'd come here, we'd always cheer for him.
Yeah.
Because he's a good guy. But it's the same with Scherzer. He's the hometown kid. Anytime he comes here, I feel like he deserves an applause just because of the fact that he's done so well coming from our little metropolis.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Now I ask you. Now that we've done the NL Cy Young, it's time. AL Cy Young Award winner for 2019 will be...
I'm not proud about this one, man. I'm really not. But Chris Sale.
Really?
Yeah.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah. Like it.
I was going to say Chris Sale, too.
He 100% would have gotten it if he had stayed healthy. Like he missed a lot of time last year. I mean, he was at 200 strikeouts practically, like, fucking by the end of April.
Yeah.
Like,
if you look at his numbers, somehow he didn't have as many strikeouts as he wasn't the top strikeout getter in the American League. It was Verlander.
Yeah.
Verlander got 290, Sale got 237. Which strikes me as odd with the way that Sale pitches and his slider and all that shit.
He's got that slider, and he showed that he can run it up to a fucking 100 miles an hour. And
exactly.
This long stick bug of a human, but
yeah,
dominant.
There's, people that might be in a close second. Of course, you got Verlander. Bauer,
yeah.
Kluber.
I don't see it from Sevy, honestly.
No.
Like he can be electric. Like he's absolutely dominant, and like he's shown it before. Like his entire first half, he was my Cy Young last year. This year's AL wild card, he was dominant. But then, I mean, you look, his entire second half last year was fucking garbage. And then, like, maybe my worst sports moment of all time was the first inning of the 2017 AL wild card. Oh my! I wanted to fucking throw up. I don't know if I've told the story yet. I was here watching in my class on my laptop. Shout out to MLB Reddit streams.
Oh yeah, those guys,
dude. He only recorded one fucking out. I wanted to throw up. We went down 3-0 in the first inning to the Twins. I
mean, you pulled it out.
We did. Oh, Didi tied it up, and I screamed in the middle of my fucking film class, and people thought I was a weirdo. But whatever.
I mean, yeah, Severino was 9th on the list this year, or this past year. I mean, 220 strikeouts is not bad, but his second half was so atrocious, there's no way in hell. His ERA was 3.39.
Yeah.
That's garbage. I mean, also, so, like, Severino's not going to be on that list. I don't know if you're going to be able to see a reliever on that list for the AL, even though this past year you had Blake Trinan and Edwin Diaz.
Yeah.
Diaz got 57 saves.
Oh, yeah, no. Dude's insane.
So he probably won't be on that list. But Sale's clearly at the top.
Yeah.
And then underneath it just depends. Obviously, Severino's not on there. Blake Snell is going to be in the running. I mean, come on, a 1.89 ERA. Dude went 21-5 through 180 innings.
On the Rays, and the Rays' first half wasn't.
Yeah, if the Rays had a better first half, they'd give the Yankees a challenge.
I mean, they will this year.
Yeah.
Dudes, the Rays are.
Yeah.
It's weird because it's the AL East where you have the Yankees and you have the Red Sox, but then you also have the Rays who like don't have anyone on their team, but like
they know how to do pitching.
Yeah, really well.
They don't know how to hit, but they know how to pitch.
As long as they knock off the fucking opener bullshit.
Yeah.
Hopefully, fingers crossed.
I read a whole book about how they made it to the 2008 World Series, and they used Wall Street mathematical analysis.
Yeah? Sounds like some Joe Madden shit.
Yeah, it's the Extra 2% is the name of the book.
Okay.
If you can, go check it out. It was written by a guy from ESPN, and it's all about how their owner was absolute shit at the beginning. He was a cheapskate, all this stuff, and then They brought in new management. They brought in these people from Wall Street. They said, okay, we need a championship team. We need at least going to make it to the World Series, and we need it within 5 years. Go. And that was, I don't know when they brought those guys in, but within that 5 years, they made it to the World Series to play the Phillies. I mean, they lost to the Phillies, but even then, you look at who the system of what the hell is going on here with the Rays. How are they winning like that? I mean, they put up 90-something wins this year.
Yeah.
They're third. Who's on their team? Who do they have? Tommy Pham?
You got Tommy Pham.
You got the only reason we know it's Tommy Pham is because he got traded.
Willie Adames.
Oh my God. I'm looking right.
Jake Bowers, who's no longer on the team.
Zunino.
Mizzanino.
Yeah. The Charlie Morton.
He was an off-season pickup.
Yeah. But even in this past season, you had Blake Snell and Tommy Pham, and they won 96 games.
They make it work, weirdly enough, man.
I mean, they got Emilio Bonifacio coming on for an invite to spring training.
Okay.
But nothing says a big name like Emilio Bonifacio.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Up there with your Harpers and fucking Machados.
The man needs $30 million every day.
Every day.
Every day.
Every time he steps his fucking foot on that diamond.
Yeah. So, yeah, we're both in agreement then that Sale is our Cy Young Award winner for 2019 for the AL.
Yeah.
And that, in the mix, you got guys like Snell, Verlander, all the like.
Yeah. So moving on, I mean, like, do we want to touch on, like, a way too early, like, division winners? And it's like it's kind of close cases, and in some cases it's not. I mean, like, you look at, like, the NL East, like, that's a fucking toss-up. Like,
it could be Braves, Phillies. You don't know what the hell the Mets are going to do.
The Nationals, like...
You don't know what they're going to do.
They added pieces.
We all know that the Marlins are going to be at the bottom.
Yeah, that's the only, like...
But everybody else
thing.
You could plausibly see pulling one out of their ass.
Yeah. I don't know. Philly will still probably add one of the big names, so I'm going to say Philly, but I don't know.
I'll say Philly or Atlanta.
Yeah. That's fair.
And then the Central is tough because of 3 teams now, not just 2.
Yeah.
And then didn't Sports Illustrated do this thing? You know how they did it with the Astros? They're going to win in 2017, and they did. They said the Reds in 2019,
which is
they're not there yet. They need.
They're not there yet, but they're going to steal some wins. I mean, like they added starting pitching. They added tons of offense. Like they're gonna do well. I mean, I'm gonna say the Cardinals because they have just as much of a shot as the Brewers or the Cubs. And we're Cardinals fans, but like, fuck,
of course.
I don't know.
Oh no, wait, no. They said 2020.
That's close.
I
don't know what moves they got to make to get there, but
yeah, I would say definitely Cardinals, Cubs, and Brewers are going to be in the hunt. I don't know if the Cardinals are going to be able to win the division, but they'll get I think they'll get in the wild card. If I had to guess, Brewers, Cardinals, Cubs, Reds, Pirates in the Central.
Yeah.
And then it's like, those 3 at the top. Reds at about 75 wins, and then Pirates at 70.
Yeah.
Something like that.
That's legit.
Yeah. And then in the West, there's really only 2 that are even in the running.
Yeah.
Dodgers, Rockies.
Yeah.
D-backs kind of fell off. They just lost. D-backs are selling. That way they can get cap room and start a rebuild.
Yeah. Padres have a hell of a farm system, but they're not there.
Yeah, they're not
We
there.
will see
eventually
Fernando Tatis Jr. up this year.
Fernando Tatis Jr.
Yeah, another super exciting dude. Excited to see him.
Another super exciting junior.
Yeah.
Yes.
Ooh, we got
Vladdy's coming.
I mean, honestly, like,
Vladdy Jr.'s on the way. Oh, I want that to be my Valentine's Day gift. No offense to Bartolo. I will still accept your Valentine's Day present. I want today my Valentine's Day present to be Vladdy Guerrero Jr. is announced as a major league call-up. Even though spring training hasn't started yet, they're just going to call him up and use him.
He needs to be their opening day starting third baseman.
Yes, he does.
Needs to be. Yeah.
But in the West,
it'll probably be the Dodgers winning their 7th
consecutive.
Yeah. But like the Rockies are probably going to do pretty well. I hope they do. I
Yeah.
like the Rockies.
D-backs might make a push. Giants, it's
If
an
the-
odd year.
Yeah.
So I don't know. They're just. I mean, you got Mad Bum.
Got Mad Bum.
And McCutcheon's not doing shit. We don't know what's going on with Hunter Pence. He's still eating dinosaur food.
Kutch is in Philly.
He moved. That's
Kutch
right.
is in Philly. Hunter Pence is with the Rangers now.
That's also
Yeah.
right. You see, they're gutting
Yeah,
the
like,
people we know
the
from them.
Giants.
They're so they don't. Who you got? You got Mad Bum and Posey.
Yeah, Mad Bum, Posey, B. Craw, Panic. The same people that have been there for 29 fucking years.
And Panda. And
He's still there.
oh my God. Pablo Sandoval.
You have the 2010 Giants minus like Sergio Romo and fucking Michael Morse or whatever.
Oh my God.
Uh,
Yeah. So in the in the West, you'll have the Dodgers or the Rockies. Probably the Dodgers, and then you got Giants, Padres. D-backs are going to be in your bottom three. D-backs probably in your third spot.
yeah.
D-backs are cursed to mediocrity right now.
Yeah.
But then in the AL,
It gets interesting.
we'll
in
go with the
AL.
West to the East because the East is always going to be the most fun.
I am certainly still going to say Astros because the A's don't have pitching nearly on the same level, but the A's are damn good and they're
They're a lot like the Rays in that,
yeah.
I mean, they don't have that one solid offensive person you look to other than Chris Davis.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone forgets that Chris
Crush
Davis.
man.
Yeah. I mean, you got Chris Davis. That's it.
Yeah.
And nobody else is. I mean, who? They had Luke Roy.
Maybe Matt Chapman did
Chapman had a good year.
decently. Well, Olsen at
Yeah.
first.
Just imagine if they would have been able to keep Donaldson and
Oh,
Cespedes.
Lester.
Oh my God, John Lester.
That was just a weird year. My friend Nate always talks about it. Like they had fucking everyone and they were doing well and just out of nowhere just trade.
They knew they wouldn't be able to afford the contracts.
Yeah.
I mean, Brad Pitt didn't make that movie about them for nothing
Yeah.
because they don't have the contract
They
money,
don't have the money for it.
and it's a small market. Plus, the new stadium that they announced it's going to be ready soon.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think it's going to be Astros. A's are going to be in the running. For fuck's sake, I want the Mariners to be in the playoffs. It's been too fucking long.
It's gonna be a long time, Michael. It's gonna be a long motherfucking time.
I mean, yeah, you just sold off Robbie and all your other good field players. You still got good pitching. You still got at least somewhat decent
They don't
hitting
have good
core.
pitching.
Yeah, Edwin Diaz.
No, he's on the Mets.
Why does everyone keep leaving these teams?
Yeah, they lost Paxton. They lost Diaz. They have old Felix Hernandez. They have Yusei Kikuchi, who they just signed.
I'm gonna be honest. When Ohtani was first announced as coming over, I thought he would go to the Mariners.
I did too, yeah.
But he's not. Clearly, they need. Okay, so they were like, "Oh, he had a really good year last year. We're in the running. Let's gut everything."
Well, you had the stuff come out about like their owner or somebody like made some like weird racist claims, and they had like international signing weirdness.
I mean, look at who they got? D. Gordon,
Right. Oh, that's right. Yeah, they didn't
Yeah.
move him.
Edwin Encarnacion.
Oh yeah, he was that part of that 3-team trade.
Yeah, Mike Leake. Mike Leake was known to leak away wins.
Oh shit.
Tuivalala,
Yeah.
Hunter Strickland.
That happened. Okay.
Yeah. And then Marco Gonzalez, Felix Hernandez. Gonzalez apparently is going to be really good this year. He's coming back from injury, so it looks like he'll be able to perform well.
Okay.
Yeah, but even then, I mean, shit. Domingo Santana
Ah.
and Mitch Haniger. Mitch Haniger and Jay Bruce. Mitch Haniger had a good year last year.
Okay.
Mitch Haniger had a really good year last year.
Yeah. I got him and Zanino mixed up a lot, admittedly, but whatever.
But, I mean, oh, and they got Tim Beckham, too. I remember that guy. Tim Beckham.
Yeah.
I miss
Oh.
that guy. Isn't that Gordon Beckham's brother?
Is it?
I think so.
Oh.
But yeah, in the West, clearly, there's only like one option, and that's Astros. And then
Yeah.
maybe the A's
Maybe.
are gonna Mariners aren't gonna be able to do anything. Angels, if they can get their shit together with their pitching, they'll be in the hunt.
Yeah.
And then God, it's a shit show. The Rangers are just not doing well.
Yeah, no, the West is weird. And
They've
then, like,
fallen hard.
oh, hard.
They've fallen so hard. The matchups now between them and the Blue Jays, that big rivalry that blew up, is just, it's two dumbasses hitting each other with sticks. Because they were really good. You're like, both of these teams could feasibly get back to the World Series.
Yeah.
And then, like, they just pooped on themselves and threw it at each other.
Yeah, no, seriously. Like, the Blue Jays were my favorites for the World Series, like, 16 and 17, I believe. Yeah, I'm right.
When Bautista hit that bomb.
Oh, my God.
The Bautista bomb.
Electrifying.
Oh, that was the prettiest home run.
Oh,
one of the prettiest bat flips.
Oh, that fucking pimp job after. And then the next year in the wild card, Encarnacion hitting that walk-off.
Yeah.
That was dope as shit. And then they faced the Rangers both times, and
they played well, and then you get to the CS, and you got the Royals and the Indians just...
Yeah.
Royals and Indians, you're meeting two teams destined for a World Series and one of them for a win. But anyway, in the West, Astros, Rangers are dumpster fire.
Yeah. Central,
easy.
Indians.
Because
still no one's competitive. The Twins made moves, but they're like...
They went from wild card to what the fuck?
Yeah, they went garbage, wild card, garbage again.
They need Bartolo back.
They need Bart back, dude.
White Sox are... They've got a lot of young talent, but they're not using it well.
They're inching closer, but yeah, they're not using it well. Yohan Moncada didn't play out. You have maybe Eloy Jimenez coming up this year. Yeah. That'd be cool.
Jose Abreu is always going to be a really good ball player, no matter where. No matter where he plays, he's going to be a really good ball player. But they don't have good pitching.
Mm-mm.
They don't have. I mean, your only big names are Moncada and Abreu.
Yeah, and then fucking...
You got rid of your big guys that you were going to have, like Sale and Frazier. They're gone. So you don't have anybody.
Kopech had Tommy John. Won't see him.
Kopech, if he gets back, he'll play very well.
Lucas Giolito didn't pan out.
No.
Yeah, I'll leave the Central of that, honestly, and then...
Yeah, Royals are dumpster fire.
Ooh.
They fell.
The American League East.
Oh, Tyler has to stand up for this one, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, I'll look at the standings from last year. That way we can kind of gauge where we're coming from. So, if we look, you had the best team in all of baseball record-wise and the worst team of baseball record-wise in the East. You went Red Sox with 108 wins, best record in the MLB, and your World Series champions. Only lost 24 games at home. Next up was the Yankees with 100 wins. Then the Rays had 90, the Blue Jays had 73, and the Orioles had 47. Now,
Orioles 2019 World Series champions is what the fuck I'm hearing.
Clearly. Because they have all the first-round draft picks now. Yeah. The league felt so bad they gave them all 30 draft picks.
Yeah, it's like, oh, y'all were bad.
Y'all were trash.
But, like...
Who we got?
The same team that will win the World Series in 2019 is the same team that's going to win the East in 2019, and that is your New York Yankees. And I feel strongly about that because we have some weirdness going on. Again, we are crowded in the infield and the outfield. Our starting rotation, I'm not going to call that a perfect rotation. But our bullpen is just bursting at the motherfucking seams with talent. We have Giancarlo Stanton and Judge, and honestly, my sleeper MVP pick in Gary Sanchez. I am the world's biggest Gary Sanchez fan. That's a story for a later time. But I mean, yeah, like you have the Red Sox, but I don't know. They didn't make any moves to help them out this offseason. They can suck my fucking dick. I hate Boston with a fucking burning red hot fiery passion.
Sorry to all the Boston people out there.
No, not sorry.
I apologize.
The recording stopped again.
The recording stopped once again, ladies and gentlemen, but don't worry, we only have like a couple minutes left in the podcast. We're hitting up on the hour mark.
We are.
So this will be the last topic of the video, but like you said, Yankees clearly. I think they'll be able to do it. I don't know if Boston's going to have the hangover or not. I mean,
They will.
first of all, they're hungover because they won the World Series, and second of all, they're hungover because the Patriots won the Super Bowl, so they got to drink more alcohol.
Yeah.
So there's a double hangover in Boston. I don't know if they're going to be able. I won't say that they're not going to be in contention because they will.
They'll be in contention.
They're
yeah.
so stacked, but yeah, I think they'll be good. Rays will make a chase. It'll line up pretty much exactly like last season, where you have, except the switch at the top.
Yeah.
So you'll have Yankees with 100+ wins. Red Sox, they might get to the 100+ wins. We just have to see if the hangover affects them.
Yeah.
The Rays, who are going to be in contention for a wild card spot. And then along with them up top, the Red Sox, as well as in the West with the A's and the Mariners.
Yeah.
If the Mariners can pull shit out of their ass. And then the Blue Jays might do a little better
With Vladdy.
with Vladdy. He's got, if they call him up at the right time, they'll get a spark and get them up.
Oh, yeah.
And then the Orioles, I don't want to say that they're going to get under 60 wins, but I think they might get 55 to 60 wins this season.
Yeah.
They're tanking super hard.
Super hard.
It will help them in the end, but damn, this is more depressing than when the Astros tanked.
Yeah.
And
No, it's bad.
That was bad. This is a lot worse.
Maybe Chris Davis will hit above
197.
197. Maybe. Hopefully. Fingers crossed. I don't know.
Oh my God. What did he hit last year? Chris Davis hit 168.
Ooh, that's a
He had
strong
79 hits in 470 at-bats. Remember when this dude led the league in home runs?
Yeah, I remember when he was hitting like 53 home runs 2 years ago.
Oh my God.
Yeah, no.
He went from hitting 53 home runs and batting 286 in 2013. He also led the league in 2015 with 47 to dropping a 168 batting average, 16 home runs, 49 RBIs.
Something happened with that man.
I don't know. Yeah.
He went cross-eyed.
His WAR for 2018 was negative 2.8.
I'm no statistician, but that doesn't sound like a very good number.
That's not a good number at
Damn.
all.
But yeah, up at the top, you're going to have the Yankees and Red Sox. The Red Sox, not just with my Yankees bias, but the Red Sox did not add to their bullpen, which was their only weak point. I could see them re-signing Kimbrel. I really, truly can.
Yeah.
And that would certainly help. But
But
they
he's
lost
been
Joe Kelly.
regressing.
Yeah, he's been regressing. They lost Joe Kelly. They have not signed Kimbrel. And their bullpen was a major weak point. Everything else was super strong, so it didn't matter. But that's why I think the Yankees will win
The East.
the East. And I've already said my World Series pick,
The Yankees.
the New York Yankees. What about you, sir?
I would think the Yankees also.
Yeah.
In the NL, it's a toss-up. It would depend on who makes it. It also depends on who gets hot at the right time. Maybe Cardinals.
Maybe Cardinals, maybe
Brewers.
Phillies,
Brewers. Whoever comes out of the NL East is going to the championship series.
Yeah.
Not like last year. It's just the Dodgers also could make a push. I don't think the Dodgers are going to have the best record this year.
No.
That will go to someone in the East, maybe the Braves.
But the Dodgers will make the playoffs.
Dodgers will be second seed. And then third seed will be whoever's in the Central. But yet again, all these top teams are going to be really close. And then wild card's also going to be really close. And you're going to have a lot of teams in contention in the NL. No one's going to hit 100 wins in the National League.
No, I don't see it.
No. AL, Astros, Red Sox, Yankees, and the teams on the fringe, maybe the A's, maybe the Rays.
Yeah, that's it.
That's it.
That's it.
But even then, that's 5 teams in one league competing for 100 wins, compared to the NL where it's clear the most a team's going to win is 95.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alrighty. So that's our picks and our predictions in this. Well, I don't want to call it a filler week because we don't have a lot to talk about. Scott, get your fucking people signed, Scott.
Ooh, Bryce needs to be on a team.
Get Manny on a team. We need games to start. When is the first game?
That's a
I have a
good fucking
Cardinals
question.
pocket schedule, in
Whip
my
it out. When in doubt, whip
wallet.
it out. It is Valentine's Day.
Oh my God.
Hey,
We do not condone any sort of bad anything towards women with those remarks.
No.
No. We have to preface that.
Yeah,
number
no,
one,
we're
because
super-
bad things happen whenever we say stuff like that. But we do not condone violence or anything of the sort towards women. We respect women.
Oh, no. We respect the fuck out of women on this podcast.
Exactly. We love women. Anytime we can get a girl into the studio, we very much will enjoy that.
Oh, yeah. No. Like, what are those, honestly? Women? Anyway.
First game of spring training for for the St. Louis Cardinals is February 24th, a Sunday at 12:05 p.m. at Roger Dean Stadium
Nice.
against the Washington Nationals. All games are on KMOX for Cardinals fans.
Nice.
Oh, and we play Memphis again.
Oh, dope.
In an exhibition right after spring training down in AutoZone Park in Memphis.
Oh, dope.
Yeah, so that's when the spring training games start up in about 2 weeks.
Before we wrap, I'm just gonna say something because it's literally been on our list since I've started the show.
Yeah.
Kyler Murray. Nothing to say on it other than,
He's predicted to get drafted by the Dolphins.
Okay.
So,
It was a big point I wanted to talk about like a month ago.
yeah.
And now
So, Kyler, if you're listening, which you're not, but if you are, you have two options. Number one, go to the Dolphins. That's not a very good option.
No.
Number two, get drafted. Well, you already got drafted.
Got drafted.
Play for the A's, who are a 90-plus win team. Go out there, play some good-ass baseball, and who knows? Maybe you might get the A's their 10th.
Maybe. I respect you wanting to get that payday though. I get it. It's baseball's hard.
The A's always have that stigmatism of being bad, but
Yeah.
the A's are very good right now.
They are.
They're a very good team that you can play on. The Dolphins suck. So
Dolphins
it's either
suck.
between being the pinnacle of mediocrity or the A's, who are very unknown in the sports world just because of their small market, but they come out and they kill it.
Yeah.
So
Either way, I wish you well.
I wish you well, but at the same time, I want you to play baseball.
Play baseball, please.
Please play baseball.
I'm gonna call it a wrap.
I'm calling that a wrap, too.
Thank you for tuning into episode 3 of the Squeeze Baseball Podcast. Once again, I am Tyler, and
I am Michael.
we will see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.